What up, NFL people? It is
What up,
wild
people?
card weekend, one of the best times in football. Um,
Dare I say the best football of the season? In my opinion, it is.
One of the best wild card weekends we've had in a long time, too.
It is. It is. Because if you would have told me that you have like Kansas City and Miami in the AFC Championship game, I'd have been like, cool. We got a wild card weekend. We're on one.
it's a win or go home, all in. It's going to be legit football this week. You bring your best, or you're getting packing. So we of course got James on. This is our, I'll call him our gambling guru. Uh, James is pretty good with the numbers. We're gonna go chronological order. Start off with Saturday, Houston Texans versus Cleveland Browns at 3:30 on NBC.
All right,
All right,
so
let's.
your champion Texans
Kings of the South, baby.
plus three
I'm,
at
I,
home, getting 3 points.
I got Houston winning the game, so I'm taking it. Like
Hmm.
we'll cover that with a win.
Now, I thought the public would be all over Houston on this, but they're actually on Cleveland. About
It's a
60.
recency thing. Like you just kicked the shit out of us. You deserve to be the favorite. You know what I mean?
That was about
Um, yeah, I know. I mean, but that's not part of the story. Like I know as a Texans fan, I could pick you because the Texans to win that game because I know we're better than what y'all had on that day. That's why I take Houston to win and cover that +3.
Cleveland's defense is what I think those bettors are banking on. Defense wins championships. Flacco's good for 4 touchdowns and 2 or 3 picks. So it's going to come down to when he throws those picks, how costly they are, and what
Also,
he can do against that defense.
well, see, that's what we were talking about the other day. It's like your defense is good. It's really good. But what you're good at, we're bad at. So what are you going to stop our weakness? Okay. We're just going to do what we do and attack your secondary. Because I mean, Davis Mills did it and he scored points on you. So I got Houston winning. I actually picked Houston to win by like 5 if I had to guess. So, yeah.
The Deshaun Watson Bowl without Watson in it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Get the revenge. Yeah, so the Texans money line, at least on DraftKings, plus 124.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. A little juicy.
No.
If you're doing like a lot of people do and doing like parlays for every game on a given day, that'll be a good way to start. Take the Texans money line.
Yes.
And you can edge it with Texans +3 too in case Cleveland wins on a field goal or something and you want to make some of your money back. I think that's solid. 20, I don't know how much you want to bet. However much you bet, 50 on the money line, 50 on the +3. I feel good about that. In the playoffs, and it's cliche, but I think where defenses matter, I think quarterbacks matter almost
Yes.
more. And when Stroud is, as a rookie, is head and shoulders above Joe Flacco. And not that Flacco's had a fun story, fun season. I also don't trust these Browns running backs. I know they like to grind it out, but they're not. They don't show anything. If Chubb was playing, obviously it's a different story. But he's been out all season, so I agree. I like the Texans +3 if I was taking one side straight up.
Yes, I think Houston's defense is going to be underrated in this game, in the sense like we weren't able to generate pressure against the Colts, so people might consider that to be a weakness. They have offensive line injury issues. I think Jedrick Wills is out for the season, so like, where's your left tackle? He's gone. So I think Houston will do better on defense. Yeah, I got Houston covering +3. What's the
Yeah,
combined points for this?
44.5.
Ooh,
Kind of like the under. And that's where you could tease it. I would tease it under 50, and then you could do a custom tease nowadays. Newfangled betting apps. Texans +7, under 50 points.
okay, I like that.
Let me get the odds on that real quick. But I don't think it's going to be a shootout.
Not even a little bit.
Unless Flacco and Stroud are just trading blows. But I think both these defenses are too good.
But like if you look at Houston, we're void of weapons. Tank's out. Robert Woods is out. Noah Brown was out. I mean, they may play, but Tank's not. And it's like you can't rely on Amari Cooper to go for 250 again.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Just saying that makes me think the 44 points might be easy to. stay under.
You might just stay at 44 because if you combine those things, Houston +7, under 50, it's about even money, -105. But like if you really like the under, you can get the plus pretty easy. If you do like under 49, it's +104.
I'm at $4.
Well, no, if you bet 100, you win 104.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
If you want to get ballsy, let's go ballsy a little bit. So that's the safe parlay. But if you took under 40, if you buy it down the other way, so under 40, Texans +7, +244.
oh wow. See, here's the thing. Here's the question that goes on in my head when you make that bet. If you believe that Flacco's throwing picks, you make that bet. But if you don't make that bet.
I mean, looking at the injury reports for both teams that came out, a lot of them are resting their guys up until maybe Thursday, Friday. It seems practice-wise. Mm-hmm. By Saturday, Sunday, we'll definitely know. Well, by Saturday, we'll know definitely for sure in that morning workout. But it looks like on the Texans side, a lot of the guys that at least missed or went out are gonna play. Now, if they're playing injured, I don't know. D'Amico kind of stayed quiet on that. But I mean,
it's ironic that we might be healthier than them.
Yes, and he did make a quote saying that's what our goal is, especially being healthier than we were against the Colts because we were banged up pretty bad on that game.
Yeah, I don't like the under 40, but I do like the under buying up to 49. I think that's no such thing as a safe bet, but I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, I feel good about that too. The thing about it is I already know Houston is either they'll score 21 really hard or they'll get to like 35 fast and then let their foot off the gas.
That's the thing. I could see it almost being like the national championship yesterday where both teams come out firing and it's like 14-14 and it's like, shit, I have the under, but then no one scores in the third quarter.
Yep. That's what Houston does. Go back and look at that Bengals game. It was like this is exactly how that game went.
Yep. I remember that game. It's like we're about to score a bunch. No, never mind. Run the ball. Run the ball.
Anywho, in this wild card game, I'm taking Houston. I got Houston going on to the second round.
All right. I agree.
I'm going with Texans, so good luck with your betting, guys.
All right, what's the next game on deck? What we got?
Next game on Saturday. Only on Peacock, remember, people. Dolphins versus Chiefs at 7 in Arrowhead.
Dolphins and Chiefs.
Okay. So just a little side note. It's going to be freezing in the Midwest. So I was looking at KC, and the high that day is 10. When around kickoff, it's projected to be 6 degrees, and by 9 o'clock, the game's at 7. By 9, it's going to be 1 degree. So I think cold weather is overblown sometimes. Like when it comes to like the Packers at Lambeau, it's not as an advantage as people think. But a lot of those Lambeau ones, it's like the Giants are coming to town. Like it's not like they don't know how to play in the cold. Where the Dolphins playing at home last week in 60, 70-degree weather, and now they're going to play in 0 degrees. And Tua, from Hawaii, played college in Bama, now Miami. I don't love that for the Dolphins. I don't like the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are frauds. Give me the
Chiefs.
I
do believe that. Do you feel like they have a running game to aid that?
That's the only way they win this game is if Mostert and Achane go off. But
KC's got the running game to support it. That's a Pacheco kind of day.
This is a Pacheco kind of day, and I'm not high on the Chiefs. I think both these teams don't have what it takes to go too far, but at home, Arrowhead's going to be rocking. I don't like Tua in this situation, even though the Dolphins' offense is kind of built for this kind of weather in a way. Quick passes, motion. It's less of the matchup, more of what I've seen from the Dolphins. Every big game this year against the Eagles, back when people thought the Eagles were good, they lost on Sunday night. And then they play the Chiefs over in Germany, and they lose that too. every big game they've had, Bills on Sunday night, Josh Allen was given in that game, and they still lose. They haven't beat anybody good in a convincing manner. So if they win in Arrowhead and prove me wrong, that's fine, but I'm not betting on it.
It's regardless of how good I like their offense, their defense is ridiculously banged up. Xavier Howard's hurt. Every one of their pass rushers is hurt. Chubb hurt. Phillips hurt. Van Ginkel hurt. Like I said, it just seems like a Pacheco day. It's a game there where Pat can get Jerick McKinnon in favorable matchups with a third-string linebacker at some point. You know what I mean? I just think that KC sees the blood and they know what to do about it. I'm not saying they're about to blow them out. I don't know what the numbers are on it, but -4?
Mm-hmm. 4 is a little risky. I mean, I would like it better at 3, obviously, but you could do Pacheco to score, Chiefs money line. If you parlayed that, that's plus 130.
I like the Pacheco to score. I like the McKinnon to score more, to be honest.
McKinnon to score is
-4 or +4. Can Case? Well, see, this is another sticky situation because, of course, I believe them to cover 4 because I think they're going to win the game.
Yeah, McKinnon's not actually listed on here. I wonder if he's questionable.
Oh, shit. Well, then I'll go with Pacheco. I feel good about that one.
Yeah, that's what I like. Chiefs to win, Pacheco to score, plus 130.
I like Kelsey to score.
He hasn't scored in a while.
But this is like the matchup for him.
Well, if you want to do that by itself, DraftKings plus 100, Kelsey to score. It is a matchup for him. I kind of like it too against the Mahomes is going to have all day, like you mentioned, with all the pass rushers out. So, take Kelsey to score. Take Rashee Rice maybe to score.
Oh, I don't know if that's pretty ballsy to pick both of them in one game. I'd do either or, but not both.
Over under is 44, so basically the same as the Texans game.
I'm inclined to go over. Oh, it's cold. Yeah, no, I think they're going to go over. They're going over.
Gave up more than 44 against the Ravens. So. I don't trust the Dolphins.
Well, I like to watch the Dolphins though. I'm not gonna lie, they're more entertaining than a lot of teams.
Yeah, we're gonna have a few teams that we're gonna be like.
They're like the good, bad team. They can kill all the bad teams, run up the score, look good. They're like that guy who's like all rookie or all pro. And he kicks ass, and then he challenges you, but you play it all Madden, and then you whoop him, and he's like, "Ah, shit."
They're like that basketball team that shoots a lot of threes, and you're like, "You'll never win that way," but it's fun to watch you do it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, the weather for sure is going to play a part. I looked at the injury report. There's a lot of guys on both sides questionable with knee injuries, ankle injuries. So,
what James said a minute ago matters to me. Like, that weather has no bearing on Pat Mahomes whatsoever. None.
No. But everything, like he said, on Miami, where it's like...
Yes, and you're hurt. You're void of talent. Like, I'm telling you, KCC's blood in the water, and they're about to attack.
Had an ankle injury. Mostert had a knee injury. They were questionable. They sat him out for rest. But in the cold, everything hurts more. And
it might be their only home game of the playoffs, too, much like the Bills.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yeah, so what are you taking, Zach? I'm taking Chiefs minus.
You're taking the Chiefs -4? Of course, yeah, I'll take my Chiefs -4. They'll cover that.
Ooh. I'm going Chiefs. Pacheco, all day. All right, now we go to Sunday. We get 3 games, back to back to back. First game, 12 o'clock on CBS. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Buffalo Bills. About 21 degrees. Nothing too crazy.
What have you seen from this Bills team? I know they've won a bunch in a row, But have you seen anything to show that they'll cover 10 points?
It's what?
Minus 10. Buffalo minus 10. I think that's off. That's too high.
I think the TJ Watt has a lot. I would not take that bet. I told Nick and Caleb yesterday, Buffalo, I guarantee you, will play down to the level of the competition on Sunday. They're not covering 10 points.
If TJ Watt was playing, I agree the Steelers may actually win this. I think with how bad Allen has played decision-making wise, the Steelers' defense is feisty even without Watt. And I think they could force – he's going to throw a pick. He almost always throws a pick. He's going to throw at least one. If he can limit it to one, I think the Bills could cover that. But
it's so funny you said that. Not to cut you off, but yesterday we were talking about it, and I said, I guarantee you Buffalo plays down to the competition, and for 3/4 of this game, it's going to be some goofy-ass score like 12-9. And then Buffalo will score late and take the lead and win it. I mean, but by that logic, it's like you're not covering 10, you know? That is crazy.
That's ridiculous. Like, Mason Rudolph is Mason Rudolph. He's actually been playing okay. Najee's been playing okay. The Steelers have a pretty good run defense. So I don't think
I was going to say, I think the Steelers are going to be able to run the ball in Buffalo.
So, and the over-under is 36.5, which I actually think might be high. I agree. I think it's going to be ugly. It's going to be an ugly game. Like, I could see Buffalo winning like 21-13, something like that.
I thought it was going to be some wonky shit like 16-8 or something. I was like, how do you get 8? You got a safety.
The Steelers could probably find a way. The Steelers won. They got their winning record, which they go for every year. They have nothing to lose now. Just make it ugly. That's too high. That's Buffalo winning 4 or 5 in a row. But all those wins have been close. Allen hasn't played well. And the Steelers didn't get here by accident. They've been actually playing pretty well lately. So I like the Steelers plus 10. I like the under. I don't have the balls to take money line, but if you're doing a wacky parlay, then you can play with it. It would have to really break their way. Allen would just have to.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. Is you look at both of those teams and you're like, there was a lot of goofy shit that had to go y'all's way for y'all to get here, and I can't bank on any of it.
But remember last year in the wild card, I bet a lot on the Bills money line and a few parlays because they were playing Skylar Thompson or whatever, and the Dolphins, and they almost lost. They should have lost that game. That was against a third-string quarterback, and they almost lost at home. So this year going against another backup quarterback, I'm not forgetting. Never forget Steelers plus 10.
Josh Allen is what Josh Allen is.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Right, moving along to the next game. Packers versus Dallas.
Hey.
Indoors. No weather problem.
Inside.
Yeah. Sunday afternoon game. What y'all got?
This line's too high too. Cowboys minus 7.5.
I like that. I would take that. I have the Cowboys winning, but not in a blowout fashion. Like, I know you're a Packers fan and you don't want to hear it, but it's expected for the Cowboys to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. The Packers have nothing to lose, and they're the youngest team in the NFL to make the playoffs, I believe. So it's like this is the Cowboys' year, and McCarthy knows if he loses this game, he's fired. There's no,
yes.
I don't think if ands or buts about it. He's fired if he loses to the Packers at home. So I get it. Yeah, it can't be like if it was 5.5, that'd be too low, or 6. So I kind of get why it's 7.5. But I call me biased. Loves cooking. Loves looking good. Aaron Jones is cooking again. He kills the Cowboys. The defense is the question mark. The CD Lamb might have 210 yards. If they can,
I told him, I was like, y'all are gonna stop. The Green Bay is gonna stop the Pollard and those guys, but CD's just gonna kill that secondary unless Alexander shows up and be the Alexander he was 3 years ago.
Right, which he hasn't shown at all this year. And then we get very tired. And Packer fans can be pretty irrational, I'll be honest. But if we lose this, it's a successful season. There's already been a successful season. But if they get, I think if we lose this, no matter what, Bear is getting fired. But especially if CD or someone else, if Jake Ferguson torches the Packers defense, I think it's done. So I like the Packers plus 7.5. Bias may be skewing that. And the over-under is 50.5. I expect a shootout.
I expect a shootout. Indoors? Well, I don't know. 50 and I'll take it.
The Packers do put together some long drives. Like against the Bears, they had a couple of drives that took half the quarter.
But that's the thing about the Cowboys. Either they play pro defense or they let you score. Like there's nothing in between. You know how some defenses say they bend not break? The Cowboys either break or they just never go. So I could see it. 50.5, Cowboys -7. I'll take it.
Fuck it. Packers plus 7.5 under. So mine's a bias bet. His isn't. Who do you trust?
Yeah, but I hate the Cowboys, bro. You know this.
Yeah, that's true. I would be pretty surprised if this Cowboys team, who everyone says is the best bet to make the Super Bowl that they've had in a long time, loses round one. Like, don't get me wrong. When it was coming down to the wire last week, when it was almost Packers-Rams, I was like, sure, when the Rams almost lost and it would have been Packers-Lions, that's Rodgers. I was thinking the Lions are a better matchup for the Packers, but I'm kind of happy it worked out like it did because this is a good rivalry, and then you get Lions-Rams. But yeah, call it bias, call it what you want. Take the Aaron Jones maybe touchdown. I think he's a good bet. I think he's scoring. He's been playing well.
If you can't be biased in sports, then what's the point?
What's the point? I'm not going to pick fucking Cowboys. Packers have won the last few in the playoffs. So does that mean anything? No. I never get that when they're like, well, they played 7 years ago and the Packers won. It's like, yeah, it's a completely different team.
Yep.
Yeah. Still happens in all sports.
What we got next on deck?
All right. Last one for Sunday. Rams versus Lions indoors in Detroit. I guess the only key injury for that is going to be Sam Laporta. Likely not playing. But
that's a big
Rams,
one.
Lions. Rams, Lions.
Everyone's calling this the Stafford Bowl, but I'm calling it the Goff Bowl. You can't forget about Goff, too. He was in that trade.
True.
Lions -3. Over under 51.5. This is my upset. Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams.
I was about to say, give me the Rams +3 because I actually think the Rams are gonna win this game.
Jared Goff, if anyone knows how to game plan for Jared Goff other than Belichick, it's his fucking former coach. It's Sean McVay, who knows that if you put pressure on him, he gets emotional and just makes rash decisions. And then Dan gets emotional. He does a stupid ass fake punt, maybe. Like this Lions team can implode very quickly because they have. I like Dan Campbell. Don't get me wrong, but he gets too emotional in some of these games and makes these emotionally based decisions, and then you see Goff flustered. They're for as good as they are, you can fluster this Lions team. While the Rams defense isn't legit, they've been playing above their weight class, I think, and their offense is good. Just keep them in it. Give me the Rams to win. Michigan, you won the title. Congrats, but your football team's losing.
There's that. Laporta's out. Khalif Raymond's out. That puts more pressure on Amon-Ra, and you have to have an all-world game from Jameer, or pretty much the running back position. And I'm not even positive those two can outperform Kieran Williams.
Yeah,
I like the Rams' offense, bro.
Yeah, Williams has been on fire. You have those receivers. And everyone's like, well, Stafford's going back. It's going to be a rowdy atmosphere. Lions fans that I talk to, and I know a few in my life, they hate Stafford. I don't know why. You put shitty teams around him his whole career there. He still put up numbers, then he gets traded. But they have this like hatred for him. They're rooting against him in the Super Bowl. I don't know what that's about. So I don't think he better not get booed because he did all he could for that franchise.
Oh yeah, he probably will. It'd be boring if he didn't to me.
Yeah, but that being said, I think there's more pressure on Goff in this game. because Stafford's won a Super Bowl. He's been there. He's done that. Where Goff choked and I don't know about choked. The Patriots just shut him down in the Super Bowl. He's since never been really the same. So he also has the longest freaking windup. I say this to anyone who's watching a Lions game with me. He gets the ball and his windup is like longer than Penix. Like he does the full rotate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Jared Goff.
Yeah.
But he has a lot of Josh Allen in him.
Without
like he's gonna but without the intentional stupidity. But Jared Goff is gonna he's gonna Jimmy Garoppolo the game. And if the other team takes advantage of that, they're gonna lose. That's like the Rams. I'll take the Rams +3.
I like him all the way, money line. And the over-under is 51.5, which is a lot of points, but
I go under. I just have a feeling that it's not going to be the best of days for the old Lions.
do you think the Rams might win it by more than one score? In Detroit? I'll be rocking. But I don't know. I was rocking on Thanksgiving. Look what happened.
True. Who beat the shit out of them that day? The Cowboys?
The Packers.
Oh, the Packers. I remember somebody did.
Yeah.
But I've said for like 2 months, the team I didn't want to play in the playoffs was the Rams. I don't know why I felt that way. But you watch the team and they just don't go away.
Yeah. A lot of weapons.
Like, I would like to play on Madden with that team because I was like, I could score a shit ton of points with this team.
I know the Lions defense has improved, but they're not elite. They're not a great defense. I mean,
it's not even that ridiculous to think that that's a crazy thing to do. Take the Rams +3 because it's so close.
Yeah, that's
because if the people thought that it was going to be like if the Lions were favored that much more, the line would be closer to somewhere like 5.
Right, and you get 2 or 3 points usually for being the home team, so they're basically saying it's even.
Yeah, it's like it's a pick 'em. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, yeah, I'll take the Rams +3.
Yep, I like it a lot. Let's see what the public is leaning on this one. Public is usually wrong, but yep, they're leaning the Lions.
Go for it.
I actually feel good about that one.
I feel good about that one too, but the more I think about it, I'm questioning that 50 points, but I'm not going to change my answer. I don't think they top 50.
I can see like 31-24 with top it.
I was thinking something more like 24-17.
That's what I do when I don't bet over-unders very often, but when I do, I try to imagine, like, what would make sense as a final score here? Like the Steelers-Bills, you're right. 16-8 would make more sense than 31-14 or something.
And, of course, the most unanticipated game of the week. What we got on Monday?
You got Philadelphia Eagles, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Tampa Bay ABC, ESPN.
Why do you think they made this the Monday game? I mean,
no clue.
You would think you want to cap off the weekend with a marquee game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what other games would be better? I don't think. I think they got Sunday pretty well. I mean, Miami and the Chiefs would have been a good Monday night game.
That's what I was thinking, but then it's like, okay, then you need a marquee game for Saturday night.
Oh, you're right. Then, yeah, Eagles-Bucks would not.
So the Eagles-Bucks should have probably been the second game on Sunday.
And then Packers-Cowboys Monday?
No, you do Packers-Cowboys at night on Sunday.
Oh, the Sunday night game. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, Eagles, second game, Packers-Cowboys Sunday night, and then you would have Dolphins-Chiefs. Ooh, that would have been nice. Oh, well. But we get Buccaneers +3 at home. I think a lot of people are going to be taking Tampa because everyone's out on the Eagles. Public's slightly leaning Philly.
I'm taking Eagles -3. Like, I just fail to believe that this team can be that bad. Like,
Is
I
Brown
get their
playing?
defense is shit. I don't know.
Is who playing?
AJ Brown got hurt.
AJ Brown.
They
He
haven't
had a
said
knee
nothing.
issue.
They're not gonna.
But also,
They
I've been
look
saying
so
this is like Tampa's got names on their defense, and they have like, well, they won a Super Bowl. But that defense, the style of play that they have is so primitive. It plays into how Jalen wants to play. I think Jalen Hurts has a monster game on Monday.
I've heard this. I've heard people picking the Eagles because they've been so bad lately that this is like they bounce back and show themselves. But Baker Mayfield is so confident for how not good he is, mediocre, for how average of a quarterback he is. He carries himself like he's an elite quarterback, which I think actually helps in this kind of game because he's going to go in there thinking he's the best quarterback on the field. Is that
sure.
right? No. But he's going to go in there thinking he's going to be like, Jalen, I walked so you could, or I crawled so you could walk at Oklahoma. There's going to be that. There's going to be him like remembering his Progressive commercials from years ago. And he's been finding Mike Evans. They've been playing well. They won a dog shit division, so I don't think they should be like too happy about that. It's arguably maybe the worst division in football. At least there's no one good from it. That being said, give me Tampa +3. Watching the Eagles in a game that affected playoff seedings just shit the bed against Tyrod and the Giants, that was concerning. How little fight they showed, and you can say it was last week, whatever, but the last few weeks they haven't shown much more. This has been a free fall for the Eagles, Super Bowl loss hangover. They might win it close, but give me the points. Give me Tampa +3 at home.
I take Eagles -3. I mean, if Jalen plays like Jalen plays, then that means that they have the ball for longer. He sustains the drive, which means Baker has to make sure that he does no errors. I can't bet on Tampa.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't actually probably bet on this, but if I had to, this is an ugly game. This is a game that you don't feel good about betting either side. Because the Eagles, like, -3 is almost too good to be true. Like, if you didn't watch football, and I think that's going to kill a lot of casual bettors who don't watch closely. And they're like, wait, the Eagles are only -3 against Tampa? And they're all going to take it, which makes me hesitant to do that. It makes me think, like, oh, maybe Tampa +3 is the bet here. But you only bet this if you had a shitty Saturday and Sunday betting. If all your other bets lose and you're like, fuck it, then you bet that. But if you have a good weekend before this, just stay away.
Don't be a fucking addict.
Yeah. Just wait till next weekend.
This is the day to take a break.
What's the points, James?
So the points in this one's 44.
No. Oh, well. Yeah, I'll take that. Over.
Over? Yeah, I take that over too. Yeah. Well, let's say like 24-21. Yeah.
I think it's going to be like 32-27 or something. It's going to be close. Like, maybe probably not like that. It's more like 25-32 or something. I think they'll cover 44 then. The Eagles always fucking lose, bro, and they're in the 30s. Like, they get to 30 points like nothing.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's very true for them.
Both these quarterbacks are good for like a garbage time touchdown too if they're down 2 scores. Throw it deep for Mike Evans. Yeah. I'll probably end up watching this, but I won't enjoy it.
But what if you do?
What if it's just a batshit amazing game? Yeah, you're right.
But what if it's bad, but you still decide to enjoy it? It's football, bro.
It is football. We only get so many of these games left this year. So last Monday night. Yeah. All right. Fine. I'll enjoy it.
Well, It's gonna be a fun wild card weekend.
Yeah, it's a lot of games to bet on. A lot of money to win or lose. 6 total. May the odds be in your favor. Do not send us comments if you lose all your money this whole weekend.
Yeah,
You
you
lose
ultimately
too much.
You can't blame us. You're the one who presses the button.
Yeah. What did Michael Jordan say? Stop it. Get some help.
No, Michael Jordan says, I don't have a gambling problem. I can stop whenever I want.
That too. Hey. Look, gamble responsible people. That's all we said. That's all we said. Lord knows we will. You got anything else to add?
Nah, nope. I hope I'm right. See how much. If y'all make a lot of money off of our picks, you feel free to donate some of it.
If you lose a lot of money, we didn't make you do shit.
You just didn't pay attention. You got to rewatch the video to see where you messed up.
Yeah,
We
you
actually do
misunderstood.
codes too. Like if we winked while we said in line, we meant to do the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Like Tampa.
You just didn't watch all of the video because at the very end, Nick goes, "Psych." Shouldn't believe him.
Yeah, fuck the Rams.
Oh man. Well, if y'all made it to this point, like, subscribe, drop your comments down below on your agreements, disagreements, your team, rep your squad. Good luck to all the teams except for the Cowboys. We're out of here.
Hey.
Later.
Peace.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.